Welcome to Keto Beyond the Couch, episode 196.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
two crazy ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome.
Yes, welcome. If you're new here, say hi down below.
Now here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we are reunited for one night only, you'll be alerted to it.
So, first of all, we are not live. If you are watching this on Monday at 10 a.m., sorry, we're not live, but we didn't want to risk it because Keto Beyond the Couch is super important to us because Keto Beyond the Couch is all about subscribers, and we didn't want to risk one of us not having good internet and then stepping on each other as we read comments and things like that. So I drove up here to visit John Paul and Michelle and get to hang out with my gorgeous wife for one night.
Also your granddaughter.
And my granddaughter. Well, my granddaughter is like in a league of her own. Like the second I got here, sorry, Peyton is not leaving my arms. She's cooing. She's falling asleep at me, bringing me back memories, especially because when I look at her, like I'm looking at John Paul 26 years ago.
I knew it was bad when he was recording her moaning for a ringtone on his phone.
She's got the coolest cooing and awing sounds.
And you want every single time you get a phone call, because you do get a lot of phone calls, even Scam Likely is going to remind him of Peyton. Yeah. How cool is that?
Now, a lot of you probably haven't seen Peyton because Michelle and John Paul have asked us not to share a bunch of video and stuff of her right now. But they did give us one picture for my birthday that they allowed us to share, and we shared that with our channel supporters, people who are supporting us on Mighty Networks. And so let me go ahead and share that with you right here. Isn't she absolutely gorgeous?
She is gorgeous, and it was so funny. So Joe gets that picture and was like, "Oh my gosh, we need to contact Buc-ee's because I think
she needs to be the model for Buc-ee's.
She needs to be a model." And I was like, "Aim high, be a gas station model. Aim high, Peyton."
So yeah, we appreciate them for allowing us to share that picture. We appreciate all of you guys who are channel supporters who got to see that picture early. And people ask us all the time, hey, how can I support you guys on your mission to change the world one ribeye at a time? And that is by simply watching our videos, clicking on the ads, using our links down below, like Amazon. Even if you're not going to buy something that we're linked, go to any one of our Amazon links, click on it. We get a couple of pennies. And also, you can become a Mighty Networks channel member. There's a link down below. Mighty Networks is completely free, but you can choose to support us that way, and we appreciate it. But I do want to say we have a sponsor, one of those links down below. Today's sponsor is Keto Brick.
Keto Brick, which I'm really appreciative of the fact that you didn't just hoard the new flavor all to yourself, but you actually honored your word in your video and let me have a bite.
Well, I brought up a Keto Brick. They have a new flavor. Limited edition. And they said very limited edition.
That makes me sad a little.
Mint chocolate. Won't be back until next year. It's really good.
Can I share my thoughts on it?
Yes.
So,
because you weren't in the video.
I was not in the video, but if I was trying to describe the taste of it, I first bit into it and I'm like, I don't taste much. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it tasted a lot to me like the Oreo pie crust that they used to sell at Christmas. And I haven't looked for that, but they used to have a mint chocolate one. So it was like a chocolate colored pie crust that they used to sell.
Yep.
And that is exactly what it reminds me of.
I really like this. When I first bite into it, you get a hint of mint.
Yeah.
Then it goes away and comes in chocolate and then leaves back notes of mint. I really like it. So
you keep chewing.
There's a link down below. Please use that link to support the channel. What I really like about this flavor, 6 total carbohydrates.
In 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
6 total carbs in 1,000 calories.
Now, somebody actually had put a thing up like 1,000 calories. That is a lot of calories. I understand. You don't have to eat the whole thing in one sitting.
No.
Like, I will usually eat a half a brick. Sometimes I'll eat a whole brick in a day.
I melt them into pucks.
But if 1,000 calories is most of your calories, we need to increase your calories.
Absolutely.
Because nobody should be eating 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 calories. We need to get everybody's calories like well over 1,600, 1,800 to lose weight. Yes, to lose weight. That's one of the reasons I don't like macro calculators. Today we're going to be talking about helping to find those correct macros. That's several comments. But we really do appreciate Keto Brick for supporting Two Crazy Ketos. And they have a special code for us. If you've never purchased Keto Brick before, what you can do is when you go to order your Keto Brick, we always advise 7 or 14 or even month supplies because single bricks are going to cost you a lot more money per brick.
Shipping.
It's like $12 for one, but if you buy like a 7-day supply or the combo supply, it drops like $7 a brick. But what you do is you put whatever you want in, add one more brick, a single brick, and then you use the code 2CrazyKetos, and that gets you the free brick. So
I love that.
We really appreciate Keto Brick. And again, we appreciate you guys for supporting the sponsors who support Two Crazy Ketos. How has it been hanging out with Peyton for the last few days?
You are not allowed to get me crying immediately. It has been the most beautiful week that I can remember. I know that becoming a mother for the first time was a beautiful week. Like that was probably at that point the most beautiful week. But when you're a new mother, there's so much going on. I mean, I think there's a lot of fear, like, I don't know what I'm doing, like, this is all new. So coming back into a newborn situation as a grandmother, I have more confidence. Like, I know how to change diapers and I know, how to like help feed and I know what to do. And to be here and watch Michelle make that transition from pregnancy to motherhood has been such a gift, such a precious gift. And I have felt so heavy on my heart the weight of this is why I got healthy.
Yep.
This is why I changed the way that I did things, that I ate. This is my why. Mm-hmm. And as I'm holding her and thinking about what I'm going to teach her as a woman. Because, I mean, this is the first new little woman in my life because we're surrounded by boys. I had all boys,
Right.
Even my nephews are men. I thought to myself, what can I help to pass on to her? And to have the knowledge that we do have. Like, I've changed so much as far as you're talking about macros and, how much as a woman I eat. My perspective on fuel and food is so different. And I'm so thankful that she doesn't have to, go through childhood and puberty and womanhood, not like thinking, am I only supposed to eat 400 calories, 500
Right.
calories? Like she won't have to go through some of those things. And I'm so thankful. And it's just been such a precious experience.
Well, I just have to say, like, I'm super proud of Michelle. Michelle is doing an amazing job.
Nailing it.
And John Paul, just being an awesome dad,
Yes.
changing diapers, like carrying that baby around, like nobody's touching my daughter. Like I absolutely love watching them transition to this. And yeah, when I got up here last night, it was funny because as soon as I walk in the door, Rachel's like, hey, Opa, do you want to hold the baby? I'm like, yes, I do.
Is that a question?
And like, I just get down on the floor and lay down. And Rachel was just like, don't you want to sit in a chair? I'm like, no. And like, I love the fact that I can lay down on the ground with my granddaughter and I can sit back up and I don't need a stand or a chair or anything like that. I could literally hold her and do crunches. Like I wasn't able to do that a few years ago.
No.
So she's definitely become my why. Let us know down in the comment section, what is your why?
Yeah.
It's important that you have a why. I know I don't want to blow up whys too much, but it is important to have a why.
Why stick to it?
So why are you doing what you're doing with your eating lifestyle? So let's jump right into Keto Beyond the Couch. Now, I did forget to say, yes, we are not live, but we are. If you're watching this 10 a.m. Eastern time, we are live in the chat right now.
Type hi, Rachel.
So we are live. We are premiering this, and we will be back with our regular live next Monday. But if you are new to Keto Beyond the Couch, it's all about subscribers. We truly believe that we need to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. It could be as simple as, for the first time in my life, I've gone 24 hours without candy.
Yeah.
That's a win, and we want to celebrate that.
A holiday season without candy?
Yes.
A holiday season without sugary treats? Like, that is amazing. That is something to celebrate.
So we are going to start off with our Keto College Adjunct Professor of the Week. This was an inspirational post that I found over on Mighty Networks, and it's from Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Donna said, whether you are just starting this way of eating or you have many years, months, days to be proud of yourself that you have started this journey to improve your health. You rock. And it's a little meme. It says, strength doesn't come from what you can do. Strength comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful. And I'm telling you, there is reason enough to join Mighty Networks, if for no other reason than to get inspiration from Donna, because Donna shares inspirational posts every single day, and it is so wonderful. But you're right. Do you remember when there were times in the past where you thought, I will never live without bread? I will never live without sugar.
It was my biggest obstacle to starting keto. Like, you know, people ask us, like, what was your biggest fear? That's like a question we ask when we do our podcast. Like, what was your biggest fear when you got started? That I wouldn't be able to live without bread, because bread was such a major priority of my life. And then the biggest reason why I've never had bread in 6 years is I'm afraid if I have bread, I won't stop having bread.
Yeah.
So, and it's just something that I'm aware of for myself. Like, I know I could eat a cupcake tomorrow. Not that I want to eat a cupcake, but I could eat a cupcake and be done with it. I don't know if I could be that way with bread.
I think it's very empowering, and we don't talk about it enough, how empowering it is to move yourself from the category of I can't to I can. And I found that even with my coffee, when I thought, well, I'm just someone who can't live without coffee for a period of time. And I was able to fast that, you know, for a period of time. Or when we did triple B and E and we minimized it to one coffee experience a day, I didn't realize how much I needed that. It's not healthy to mentally identify as someone who can't do without something.
Yeah. Let's get into our subscriber of the weeks. These are basically success stories that we found on Mighty Networks or on Facebook. We always ask you guys, please share your story. Your story is so important. Number one, it's going to remind you of where you came from. And number two, it really does help other people. There's someone out there right now that is going through what you have gone through or what you are going through, and they think they're alone. We started Two Crazy Ketos and really built this into a channel because we believe in community. And when you have community helps you get through the tough things, and that's what sharing your story is going to do.
Sure does.
First one is from Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy said, today I had a doctor's appointment to find out why I'm getting pain in my shoulder and down my arm and tingling fingers after pulling something in my neck stretching a couple weeks ago. Diagnosis, a pinched nerve.
Oh, no.
Apparently, I have a reverse curve in my cervical spine, which was caused by all of those years of carrying excess weight on my body, coupled with poor posture. On this Throwback Thursday, I am reminded how far I've come in my health and fitness journey. Physically, a net loss of 80 pounds, and mentally and emotionally, I have gained a ton of confidence, self-love, and pride.
Oh, I love that.
As long as I take care of myself and eat properly to get the right kind of exercise, I'm unstoppable. Take a look at this picture.
Oh, Stacy, way to go. That is absolutely incredible. And thank you for that reminder of what excess weight does to the rest of our body. A lot of times we think about like, oh, well, I'm uncomfortable or I don't like the way that I look. But I think about, you know, what I've had to pay for with my feet, what I've had to pay for with like lower back pain. That is the result of so many years carrying extra weight. And I'm really thankful to have eliminated that weight, but sometimes it takes a lot of time and even physical therapy and other measures to bring yourself back in alignment after decades, you know, of being unwell. And that's definitely the case for us.
Yeah, Stacey, I definitely understand what you're going through. I'm suffering from the same thing where I get the tingling in my fingers, it falls asleep. It's a pinched nerve from the same thing. Years of being obese and the way I've beat up my body to top it off, like bad posture because I compensate for my bad ankle.
Yeah.
But here is a silver lining to it. At least it's how I look at it. Years ago, not very many years ago, that tingling in my hands would have me concerned that I was having a heart attack.
Yes.
Or that it was related to diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And at least now I know that I'm not having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not having a diabetic episode with, like the tingling in my hands. Like literally all I have to do is just shift my head a little bit and the tingling goes away. And it's, I know not a lot, but it is a little silver lining that think about where would be if we were still in that first picture.
You're absolutely right. And that's something that, when you talk about confidence, because I love the fact that she's talking about I have increased confidence, but it's not just confidence in I look good, but confidence in your health. Like now we do regular, lab work. And so when you have something like that, where you have like tingling, you have confidence that, okay, I know it's not the diet because my diet's on point. There's something else going on, and you don't have to be fearful. You can actually investigate different things and handle it.
Yeah. Let's take a quick commercial break and come back with the comments.
Welcome back. And are you done with all of your holiday shopping? Because as you can imagine, I'm way behind.
Thank you, Amazon.
Yes.
Like, I'm thinking, oh, wait, this person needs something. Amazon. It'll be at my door in 4 hours.
See you later.
So the first one we have is from Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Angela said, thank you for all you do. Congratulations on becoming grandparents.
Thank
we
you.
adore and fawn over our granddaughter. That includes FaceTime as they are out of state. Now, without keto, I would not be able to walk with crutches, aqua jog, or drive using hand controls as I have cerebral palsy, or do family shopping and cooking. I am at my pre-pregnant size before my youngest son.
Wow.
Notice I said pre-pregnant size and not weight. I just celebrated my 63rd birthday.
Yay!
I have made mistakes. However, the beauty of keto is that you can correct your mistakes at the very next meal. God bless and have a best holiday season.
Thank you, Angela, so much for sharing that. And that is such a powerful reminder. I think about, it is so good that we can concentrate so much attention, energy. When you say about like fawning over something, being able to lavish that attention and energy on Peyton is such a gift. And I think about how previously I lavished a lot of time and attention and energy on food.
Yeah.
What a sad thing. I'm really glad that we've changed this to Keto Beyond the Couch, because you're so right. Life exists beyond the couch, and life exists beyond food obsession. Yeah. And now we can turn our attention to what really matters.
I love the fact that she had a thing on the bottom that if we screw up, you can change it in the very next meal.
Yes.
People message us all the time like, okay, I went off plan. What do I do now? Just get back on plan the very next meal. Don't fast. Don't punish yourself. Like if you, I had a bad day, I'm going to fast for the next 48 hours. Please don't do that.
No.
It's what happens when we do that is we put ourselves back into a binge and purge mentality. Rachel and I lived the binge and purge mentality for years.
Yeah.
We've talked about in some other videos, like we would on average eat 8,000 to 12,000 calories on Sunday and then not eat Monday through Friday because we now had to punish ourselves for what we did on Sunday. And then the following weekend, we'd get right back into a giant day on Saturday, a huge meal on Sunday, and then not eat Monday through Friday.
Also,
and we never gained momentum.
Here's the thing. I'm going to call somebody out. Somebody needs to hear this today. If you messed up this week, it does not give you permission to tap out until January 1st. I went there because sometimes, at least for me in the past, I'd be like, well, I already screwed up, so I might as well just wait until after Christmas and start this in the new year. No.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you do that. If you have a mess up today and then you decide, you know what, I already messed up today. You want to just jump back on the next meal. But what happens is we turn our mess up meal into a mess up day. And then the next thing you know, it becomes a cheat week and then a cheat month. And I'm going to tell you now, if you screw up or go off plan today by accident and say, oh, I screwed up, I'm just going to wait until January, you're not getting back on.
No.
I'm telling you, momentum. You want to stick with it now. And I'm speaking from personal experience.
Me too. And here's the thing. even if you do, let's say by magic you are better than us and January 1st you do jump back into keto, you're going to be jumping back into keto with a size more or a poundage more than you have right now. And that's just going to upset you. So, because not only are you going to have to get back into this way of eating, but you're going to have to lose all of the weight that you just gained in this month. And let me tell you, I am extraordinary at packing on weight in a short amount of time. You don't know what I can do in a month. It's bad.
Next one is from Jamie. Had to put this
Jamie.
one in there and said, okay, so if we see Joe in a bathroom, we need to stalk him just outside the door.
Got it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I am the worst of having conversations in the bathroom. I absolutely will continue talking to somebody in a bathroom. Joe's like, you're not supposed to do that for
If you
guys.
see us in public, feel free to come up, say hello, grab us, hug, whatever you want, unless we're in a bathroom.
Well, for me, you can absolutely do it in the bathroom, but you probably want to wait until I wash my hands.
Next one is from Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Linda said, I learned so much from you too, but most of all, my sense of belonging.
Oh.
I feel like part of your family. This Nana is jealous. I understand respecting your children not wanting this baby online. My daughter feels this way too. Our boys are 8 and 12, and it's so hard to not show them off. It is really hard.
It is very, very hard because I think that she is the most gorgeous baby that ever cooed in this world. And I'm sure that that is like, I'm biased a little bit, but of course you want to I want, Oma's brag book to be online. I want to Facebook live every single thing that she does. But I really appreciate you saying that because it is hard. And I'm just so thankful that you said that you feel like you have a place of belonging, because if I could have a testimony of what is our legacy as a channel, it wouldn't even be like helping people stay keto, honestly. It would be that people feel loved and seen and they feel like they're accepted and that they belong someplace. Because if right now you're just watching us and you're not even eating keto, you're just watching us, I want you to know that we love you, that we care about you, that we believe that your life is precious, and we're so thankful for the opportunity to speak into it today. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'm glad that you're checking in with us on Monday. Whether you are keto or not, just know that you're loved, and that's a great desire of our heart, for people to just know that they belong.
Yeah. Next one is from Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Jen said, let's do a meetup at Sesame Place in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Then you'd be close to me in New Jersey. I'd love to meet you both. Rachel, your daily dancing kept me going through all depressions.
Wow.
Gave me a smile each day and inspired me to do a little dance. Not comfortable recording it for all, but would disappear to my bedroom and dance along with you. I loved the song choices.
Thank you. Thanks for dancing along with me. And I appreciate that. And it's definitely something that I am, I don't want to like aggravate everybody with like just every single day for life doing dances, even though I am dancing to Christmas carols, I'm not going to lie. But I'm thankful. Like if I can bring some joy to somebody, I want to do that. And for me, this season can be tough. Like, I'm somebody that for a very long time struggled with seasonal depression. Was very hard, as you transition. And you would think in South Florida, you don't have much of a change in weather. So why, maybe do you get the blues? But I did. So anything we can do to combat that, let's do that.
Yeah. Next one is from Jean.
Hey, Jean.
Jean said, if we just eat meat, will we have an insulin spike? And if we need to have insulin spikes? Yes. So every time, it's not a spike. Don't look at insulin like as a spike. You're going to have a reaction. Mm-hmm. There is no way for us to measure our insulin reaction at home. But no, every time you eat, you're going to have an insulin reaction. The idea to help reverse our insulin resistance, to help our body, is to only eat 2 or 3 times a day. Not this nonsense that was rammed down our throats of eat 3 or 4 meals and a bunch of snacks a day. That your metabolism needs that. No, it doesn't. You know what your metabolism needs? Your metabolism needs food. It needs fuel. The biggest place that we mess up our metabolism is not from only eating 2 or 3 meals a day. It is from under eating the amount of fuel. And what happens is our body's metabolism slows down because it's supposed to. We're not breaking it. It's designed to do this to go, hey, not getting a lot of fuel in. Let me start conserving things. Let me maybe start dropping some hair, limit the fingernail growth, make you more tired, not give you energy to go work out because I don't know where the rest of the fuel is coming.
Yeah.
The more fuel we eat, the better our metabolism is. That goes back to what we said at the beginning. We shouldn't be eating 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 calories. We need to eat more. You look at Nurse Cindy, she talked about it on 11 on 11, eating like close to 2,500 calories a day. If you've ever seen Nurse Cindy, that is a little lady.
She is tiny. I mean, she has a lovely shape. I mean, she is absolutely
she looks amazing.
Stunning. But yeah, and she is a firecracker of energy.
Yeah.
She has a very, I mean, she's 65 years old. She will share her age, so I'm not like speaking out of turn. But she has a very important job. She has, like, she gives amazing presentations. She has spoken all over the world. I mean, traveled and stuff. She needs energy for what she's doing. You think about, like, if she was not properly fueling herself, how, like, tired and lethargic she would not be able to continue this amazing work that she is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, like, how much she's able to accomplish, but she needs to fuel her body.
Yeah. So back to the insulin thing. So long as you're eating 2 or 3 meals a day, you're going to have 2 or 3 insulin reactions, and that is more than enough. Go back to the video last year where Dr. Sivas went over our labs. That was one of the things that he said with Rachel. We need to have an insulin reaction because she was eating so much fat that it got to the point where her body was never having an insulin reaction because it releases a tiny amount of insulin when you are with fat, as opposed to protein, it releases a little bit more, and then obviously carbohydrates, it releases a lot. So if you're eating 2 or 3 meals a day, you're having the insulin reactions you need. You just don't want to have multiple of them all throughout the day. You don't want to have 6 or 7 insulin reactions because now that's insulin and you can't lose weight in the presence of insulin. And remember, if you eat one nut, that's going to have an insulin reaction.
Yeah.
So every time you put something in your mouth, you're having a meal.
So sit down and have an actual meal.
Next one is from Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Beth said, I just watched Keto Beyond the Couch this morning and I heard Joe say, if you host a conference, we will come.
Yep.
Okay, Joe, I've decided to host a conference at my house in January. It will be me, my husband, my in-laws, my daughter, and my son-in-law, my mother, and 2 of my friends.
Wow.
That's everyone that I have convinced to go keto so far.
I love it.
Also, I live in Ontario, Canada. So looking forward to seeing you there.
Oh, wow. That is fun. Boy, would I love to go to Canada, too.
I don't know if I want to go to Ontario, Canada in January, though.
Right. Can we go in like June or July?
I'm already thinking about the fact that we're going to Salt Lake in February, which I want to. I actually told them I want to come in February, but it is going to be cold.
We're going to have to hit Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah. Let's take a quick commercial break and come back with some more comments. One more time, just a quick word. Shout out to our sponsor, Keto Brick. Again, if you like Keto Bricks, again, not a candy bar.
No.
This is a meal replacement bar, but you can melt it down into little fat bombs. We have a video on how to do that right up here. Absolutely love them. Love Crystal and Robert, everything they stand for. A lot of this knowledge that I have on metabolism and eating more comes from Robert.
Yeah.
If you want to know about reverse dieting and how to up your calories and actually lose weight eating almost twice as much as you're currently eating, that's who you want to go check out. But really, please support the sponsors who support 2 Crazy Ketos. I also did want to mention one other thing. Somebody had commented the other day with Keto Chow. Again, if you are interested in supporting us and you purchase Keto Chow, please use our link. Don't use the coupon code. The coupon code does not support the channel at all.
No.
Using our link will give us a couple of pennies. It doesn't cost you anything, and it also lets Keto Chow know that you came over there from us. So we really do appreciate that. So the first comment we have on Facebook is from Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Debbie said, I'm still trying to figure out my macros. Is there a resource or an article that might help me? I started keto June of 2020. I lost 50 pounds, but I've been there for over a year. Pretty sure I wasn't eating enough fat before, so I'm trying to do better. there were lots of times I would not have enough calories. I'm new to this community. I started listening to the podcast and need to learn better tracking. I downloaded Chronometer, but I found it confusing. A few times over the last year, I would really get discouraged and messed up, but would straighten out quickly. I just want to start losing again. Okay, Debbie, here's the good news. You don't have to track.
Yeah.
Okay? This is one of the problems when we eat two macros. Now, I'm not saying tracking is a bad thing, and sometimes we want to track to see where are we at. When we have coaching clients that we work with, a lot of times when I ask them to do is in that first week, I was like, how much are you eating? Well, I don't really know. Okay, so for 1 week, what I want you to do is I don't want you to eat two macros. I want you to just track everything
you're
eat.
Actually eating.
So that on our next session, we can go, okay, this is where you're eating. Now let's see what we have to work with. Because sometimes we're eating a lot more than we think we are, and many times we're eating a lot less. And as we were talking about before, if we're eating a lot less, what happens is our metabolism slows down. So your body has a basal metabolic rate. That is the amount of fuel it needs just to not get out of bed. Just to live. That's not including getting up, going to the bathroom, going to your job, walking around the house, any kind of physical movement. That's literally, you wake up, you lay in bed, you hit the TV on button, and you don't move the rest of the day. That's our basal metabolic rate. I don't like calories. We're going to talk about fuel, because protein calories are very different than fat calories. What happens is, if we eat under that, we're not even taking into account all of our movement, your body will slow down because it needs, for example, 1,500 calories of fuel to not get out of bed. Well, if you only eat 1,300, what happens?
Yeah.
Right? Your body's like, wait a second, I need 1,500 to move. Just to survive, I need 1,500. But you're only giving me 1,300. Well, I got to lower this down. So we need to eat above our basal metabolic rate, but just slightly below all of our regular movement. So let's say your body needs 2,300 calories worth of fuel each day with all the movement. You want to eat like 2,200 calories. So we got to figure that out first. Where is a great place to start? Anywhere between 100 to 150 grams of protein and 100 to 150 grams of fat. We call it 1-to-1. Make them equal and then increase fat from there. In my personal opinion, now we're not doctors, nurses, or health professionals, but I am a certified health coach in the primal way of eating. And I can tell you, when you're eating 100 grams of protein and 100 grams of fat, I personally believe that should be your minimum.
Right.
I don't believe anybody should be below 100 grams of protein and 100 grams of fat. And then what do? We're going to increase fat from there. It's okay if you go over the protein. Your body's not going to blow up and turn the protein into a jelly donut. We've got a great podcast with Amy Berger coming out talking about that. But we increase the fat because the fat is the fuel. That's where you start. So take a look at what you're currently eating. Track yourself for a week. I don't care what tracking program you use. Track how much you're eating. And if you're eating below that, we need to bump your food up. And the way we do that is by slowly adding food. You won't gain weight, but you will speed up your metabolism. Next one is from Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Stephanie said, I learned something new about myself. I never had physical cravings for food. So seeing a food doesn't trigger me to want to stop keto. But I learned I have an emotional trigger. It's my son and his fiance. When I'm around them, I want to forget I am sick and I want to feel normal. So I want to eat normal so that they are not reminded that I'm not doing well. Yesterday they came by and I made some sprouted stovetop popcorn. I ate about 2 cups with salt and butter. Oh my. Now my pain is much worse and I'm having another arthritis flare. What I realize is that me trying to be normal around them and not as sick has backfired into being more sick. If I want to have a better quality of life and have a shot at being more normal around them, I have to stick to the ketogenic diet.
Wow.
It's my only hope of having a better life with them. So now that I know that they are a trigger for me emotionally, I cannot give in to the trying to be normal around them. I need to just get better, and giving in emotionally is not going to do it.
Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And we are absolutely praying for your wellness and for your better health. And I'm very thankful that you shared this because I know you have a very unique situation, but I think that especially in the holiday season, you're speaking to all of us and for all of us. Because I think particularly this time of year, whether you are doing this for health or you are doing this for weight loss, our desire to make other people in our realm of influence feel comfortable causes us to eat outside of our plan sometimes. And this is definitely something for me. Even if I don't eat the way that the other people have eaten, sometimes it makes me purchase products that I wouldn't even bring into my house. So for instance, even up to last year, I bought some foods that I wouldn't eat and brought them into the house because I thought it would make my children feel more comfortable at Christmas. Now, the joke was on me because they didn't eat any of it. Yeah. And I just wound up spending money and then throwing it away because they didn't need it. So it's the same thing, like if you're going to a party and you're like, well, I want the host to feel comfortable. So I'm going to eat a bunch of stuff that's just going to make me feel terrible tomorrow because I want them to feel like I'm normal. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. It's not a good strategy. Right. And anybody who loves you does not want you to go off plan and then also feel terrible, right? So I think that this is such wise counsel for all of us in this holiday season. I really appreciate you sharing that.
We need to take another commercial break so that I can change the battery.
Boy, I bet that made the camera feel good. It was hungry.
Next one is from Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy said, good morning to the keto world. Does anyone know of a coupon code for Own Your Labs? Mm-hmm. Or is there a different or better lab company to order your own labs from? Our doctors don't even know what some of the labs are they stated. We requested from Dr. Barry's book. Plus, he actually noted on the list that some aren't needed. Ugh. Thank you in advance. Blessings on your health journey. So yes, we have a coupon code. It is 2 Crazy Ketos. We do not make any money from that, but we truly believe in what Dave Feldman and that whole organization is doing over there. So if you use the code 2 Crazy Ketos, that will get you 5% off of whatever you're ordering. And here's the cool thing. They also have a citizen scientist discount. What that is when you go to order all your labs, it'll say, do you want to be a citizen scientist? If you check yes, that allows them to use your lab results anonymously.
Right.
And that will give you an additional 10% off. So you get a decent savings. And listen, you get what you're saving compared to even going to your doctor. A lot of times it's cheaper than even a copay.
It really is.
I think you can get an A1C for like $5.
It is crazy cheap. Like I haven't seen anything that's like a better value. If there was a better value, we would bring it to you.
Next one is from Robin.
Hey, Robin.
What is the best way to restart? I know how to live the keto life, but I slipped off a few months thinking I needed to save money on my groceries. Now I know I can't do that. Anyway, should I slowly get back to it or jump in and do beef, butter, bacon, egg? Okay. If you can handle beef, butter, bacon, and egg, I would say go for it.
Yeah.
How am I going to tell 99.9% of the people who are starting keto or restarting how to do this? All I want you to do for the first 1 or 2 weeks, and again, beef, butter, bacon, egg is going to be very similar. Don't eat carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Okay? So no bread, no pasta, no grains, no sugar. Don't eat any of that. How much should you eat? As much as you want. Mm-hmm. Eat 2 or 3 meals a day, as much as you want. Just don't eat carbohydrates. You want to keep your carbs as low as possible. What's your limit on carbs? As low as possible, preferably under 20 total carbs. Once you get acclimated back on keto, then you can start messing around with how much eating you're doing. Don't worry about intermittent fasting or any of that. Just get yourself fat adapted. What is your biggest suggestion?
My biggest suggestion is go right back. Like if you were starting a brand new board game, you would go to start. You would begin at start. I would even go rewatch our How to Get Started on Keto 101. There's several videos that we've made. You can go right to that playlist and just rewatch it. Refamiliarize yourself with it and get excited about the plan, because now you know, okay, now I have a little bit of strategy. And as you start out again, you're going to, feel very comfortable getting into it. It's easier to start the second time than it was the first time, because oh, I'm not going to forget my electrolytes because I didn't prioritize that the first time I did keto and I really felt sick. So I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So, rewatch the videos, refamiliarize yourself, with a keto protocol, and then just get started there.
And I will say, now, if you just stop keto for financial reasons, this should be easy for you. If it had nothing to do with, hey, I just missed my carbohydrate, if it was just because you were trying to save money, it should be much easier for you. But remember, you don't have to get fancy. You don't need grass-fed beef. You don't need any of that stuff. You can do keto on hot dogs and mustard. I am convinced you can eat keto and even carnivore cheaper than the standard American diet. And yes. I know there's a bunch of people right now going, no, you can't. Listen, eggs are the greatest food that you can eat. They have just about every vitamin and nutrient you need. And even with the price of eggs soaring and being $3, $4, $5 for the cheapest eggs, you're still only paying $3, $4, or $5 for a complete food. Right? It's got all of the protein you need. It's got all of the fat you need. It's got all your vitamins and nutrients. I don't think there is a cheaper protein source, even at $3 or $4 a dozen, than eggs. And if you have the ability to have like a Costco membership, they're much cheaper there. I just bought 5 dozen eggs for $12 at Costco. So they're still out there. You may have to buy a lot. Ground beef. For the most part, you can still get ground beef between $3 to $4. Go shop the special meats in your local grocery store and then load it up in your freezer. Invest in a vacuum sealer. And then every time you find a deal, go ahead and vacuum seal it up. Our Publix this week, they had prime ribs or rib roast on sale for $5.99 a pound. Regular price was like $17 a pound. I bought 10 of them, and I'm planning on buying 5 more. I'm going to slice them up into steaks. We sliced a bunch to make carnivore chips. We're going to do a bunch of like basically meal prepping of rib roast, the whole roast, and then I'm going to vacuum seal them and stick them in my freezer, because that was $10 a pound savings. I mean, that's a lot of money.
It is. Well, before keto, our like Publix or Winn-Dixie or wherever we would shop would usually have like a rotation of things that were on sale. So you would be like, all of the things that would be Italian would be on sale. So it would be like spaghetti and pasta sauce. And then the next week it would be things to make like taco fixings, right? So there's always a constant rotation. And with that would be a protein that is on sale, whether it was like a pork loin or it's chicken, chicken thighs would be on sale, or certain hot dogs or hamburger. Things that were proteins would be on sale, with it. And so what I would do is jokingly say to Joe, well, I guess it's Italian week because that is what is on sale.
Whatever's on sale is what you're eating for the week.
So you're going to use the same strategy. You're going to be like, hey, I guess it is pork loin week, or I guess it is chicken thighs week, or I guess it is hamburger week, because if I want to shop the sales, then that's the way that I can get the best use out of it.
And one other thing on the saving money, I strongly encourage every single one of you to get a deep freezer. Whether it be a big, giant 25 cubic foot one in your garage, or a little tiny chest one that is the size of a mini fridge, and put it in the middle of your living room. Now is the time. Food is getting expensive. When you have a deal like $5.99 for ribeye roasts, or buy one, get one free ground beef at $4 a pound or $3 a pound, you want to buy as much as you can, even if it's like a month's supply. But everybody needs to invest in some type of a deep freezer so that you can take advantage of these kind of sales.
I even think about it with John Paul and Michelle. So we are here and I'm in a trailer because their sweet house is like a little doll house, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little, it's a little tiny family and it's a little tiny house, mm-hmm. like it's a getting started house. And that was one of the first extra purchases that John Paul made, was a little deep freezer, like a little chest freezer that they have, so that when they see a deal on meat, they could take advantage of it. And they bought like half a cow because, they did their little budget. And they said, okay, if we buy, half a share of cow, that's going to be something that lasts us for a long time and we could save money, but we got to put it somewhere. Yep. So that's what they did.
Now, on the other side, if you're trying to get on keto or restart keto and the thing that kicked you off was always craving sugar and things like that, you want to go in as easy as possible, just not eating the sugar. Don't try beef, butter, bacon, and eggs or carnivore or anything like that.
Right.
You don't want to try any of that until you can go, no kidding, I'm sure somebody's going to not like this comment. You need to be able to go 3 to 6 months without having any kind of a cheat before you should consider beef, butter, bacon, egg, or carnivore. Because if you can't go 1 or 2 weeks without eating carbohydrates, you're not going to stick to carnivore long term or even short term, and then you're going to get discouraged. So start off with keto, as clean as you can, and then whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
Next one is from Emily.
Hey, Emily.
Emily said, I've been doing a non-keto plan that includes some fiber-filled carbs at breakfast and lunch. Fat is considered an accessory and used more sparingly. I am sure I am answering my own question, but I feel hungry and cravings are out of control. I was doing keto, but I wasn't losing weight. That is one of my main goals, in addition to balancing my menopause hormones. Any advice? Thanks in advance. Okay, so here's the thing. It's funny that you say you were eating carbs, but fat was an accessory. We need to understand what our body uses for fuel, an oxidative priority. So it uses carbohydrates. So the first thing your body's going to use is alcohol.
Right.
Because it can't store alcohol. So if you drink alcohol, your body's got rid of that first. Even a zero carb alcohol will knock you out of ketosis temporarily. Even if your keto mojo says you have ketones, you're not in ketosis. And just putting that out there, somebody right now is typing in, no, you're wrong. I'm telling you again, you're going to love the podcast with Amy Berger. We talk about alcohol. She's got a great article on it. I'll leave it linked down below. But alcohol, after that, our body is going to use exogenous ketones. Another reason we don't do a lot of exogenous ketones. After that, our body uses protein as a building block. Then it uses carbohydrates, and then it uses fat. So carbohydrates, your body can only store X amount. So it's going to use that as a fuel before fat. The two primary fuels for your body are carbohydrates and fat.
Right.
So if you're eating a bunch of carbohydrates, you want to eat low fat. The less carbohydrates you eat, the more fat you can have. That's keto. Higher fat, lower carbohydrates. They're both fuels. Your body doesn't have a shutoff valve with carbohydrates.
Which is why, we would joke and say, I don't know where that bag of chips went. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I ate so much food at like the Chinese restaurant. I ate so much like fried rice. And then I got home from the restaurant and I could eat again. Like, what is wrong with me?
Your body's burning through it, fuel, very quickly. So that's what's happening there. And then the other problem is carbohydrates don't fill the satiety hormones.
No.
So you really want to eat protein and fat. Protein will fill you up in the meal. Fat's going to help you get to the next meal because your body's going to use that fat for fuel. So you really want to limit your carbohydrates, really under 20 to 30 total. Don't fall for the net carb game. It's a joke made up by the food industry.
Yes, it is.
Okay. You want to eat a decent amount of protein, at least 100 grams of protein per day. And then from there, you're going to eat your fat, use your fat. Fat doesn't make you fat unless you're eating so much fat that you're doing much more than your body needs. But starting off with 100 grams of fat, 100 grams of protein is a great place to then increasing the fat from there. And if you're eating mostly meat, like 90% of your diet coming from meat, and just worrying about the fat that's on the meat, unless you're eating lean stuff like chicken, that's going to help your hormones. You look at Michelle, got pregnant, eating mostly meat. Nisha, again, Dr. Barry talks all the time about like, hey, like if you are going to eat like a carnivore or a beef, butter, bacon, and egg diet, you better be prepared to possibly have some more children.
I know.
Which is why he got a vasectomy.
Right, exactly, because it's like your fertile myrtle.
Yeah, so that's where you really want to focus. Next one is from Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Just wondering if y'all will be doing 12 Days of Christmas this year. I know you're busy with Peyton, and so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we're going to actually have to wait until next year to do it again.
We are going to do some surprises for Christmas, but we're not going to tell you what they are.
We are going to do some surprises because we hate to not do it, honestly. Like, we love 12 Days of Christmas so much. We love giving stuff away. Y'all know that. Like, that is our favorite thing, is giving stuff away. But we never knew when Peyton was going to come and like what the needs of John Paul and Michelle would be. So, we didn't want to make a commitment and then not be able to honor that commitment, because we never do that. Like, we never do something and then don't follow through.
Speaking of a giveaway, how about we give away 6 bricks from today's sponsor?
What?
How's
6
that? We're going to give away 6 bricks, and I am going to give away the 2 each of my favorite 3 flavors.
Okay.
That are all limited edition seasonal flavors, and other than the current mint chocolate, the other 2 are not available.
Oh, no.
So what we're going to do, we're going to give you, the winner is going to get 2 of this one, and it saddens me to even give this away, but we're gonna give away 2 of the buttered maple pecan.
Yes.
Right? 2 of those. We're gonna do 2 of these. So Robert sent me 4. I've eaten
1.
Well, this is the second one.
Oh!
But I do have a 30-day supply on the way.
Okay, good.
But I'm gonna give away the other 2.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do 2. Oh, I can't even believe it. The nootropic.
Oh no, that is,
I
love that one.
I got a case of the nootropic in my freezer, which means they're going to be really good. You don't have to store them in the freezer. I do store them in the freezer so that I don't eat the whole brick I can devour this brick in 5 minutes. So, what do you think?
I think that that's very generous, sir.
So, we're going to do 2 of each one of those. So, 2 of the butter maple pecan. Is that what flavor this is?
Yes, it is.
Butter maple pecan. Because the toasted coconut looks very similar in color.
I brought it with me because that is also one that I love.
Yeah, so 2 butter maple pecan, 2 of the new mint chocolate, and then 2 of the nootropic flavor.
It's happening.
And possibly I may even throw in a little surprise from Keto Chow. I don't know. All you have to do is, number 1, you do have to live in the United States. I'm sorry, but there's laws in other countries about giveaways, and we got to be careful with that. So live in the United States, you need to be subscribed to the channel, hit the little bell button, and then leave a comment down below.
Not in the chat.
And then I will, how about, this is going to be a quick one. We're going to pick the winner during Thursday's live stream.
Sounds great.
So you only have a couple of days, right? Next one is from Cody.
Hey, Cody.
Cody said, I've decided this is my Christmas mantra and beyond. I want to spend more of my time making life less difficult for others. It could be something as simple as smiling and being kind to a cashier who is tired and doing their best with long lines they are facing. Or it may mean doing something bigger. Time will tell.
Cody, I absolutely love that. I do agree with you that when you go into a day and you're just like, my day is going to be about making life better for somebody else, you are inadvertently making life better for you, because it is truly better to give than to receive. So when you walk out your door with an attitude of service, you're going to have a good day. Yeah. You're going to have a moment of joy. There's so much in a day that we can't control, right? There's a stress that just comes up and you're like, man, I wish that was avoidable, but it's not. There's going to be a stress. But when you walk out the door and you're like, I am going to be intentional about blessing somebody else in my day, you already have built into your schedule a moment of joy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Next one is from Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Jill said, I've been MIA lately, but I've stayed keto the whole time. That said, I've gained 10 to 15 pounds. I'm slowly making changes. I started down the path of not tracking, eating keto snacks, eating more and more keto snacks, my bad habits of buying and squirreling away keto chocolate and other stuff. Over Thanksgiving weekend, I made a change. I did not pull the trigger on several deals.
Good.
I loaded my cart, but then I stopped. I started to talk myself out of buying snacks at the store. This morning, I threw away stuff, just trying to get my mind in the right spot. I am not there yet, but I'm working on it. oh, I need to get just 1 cup of coffee, not 40 ounces, and to drop heavy whipping cream. That is what I'm working on this week.
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that. Over the course of this week, one of the really, truly beautiful things that has just happened organically is not just that I've spent a lot of time with Peyton, but I've spent a lot of time with our daughter, Michelle. And I love her, and she's amazing. And as we've talked about how we're the same, and we've also talked about how we're different. And one of the conversations that we've had was about how I am an abstainer and she is a moderator. I have never known a moderator, somebody that's able to say, like, I would like, a taste of this, and then like one piece of chocolate does it, and then like I walk away from it. And I'm not that person.
Right.
And so we talked about like what goes through our mind and how we can be more understanding of other people in our realm, where I can be an abstainer and not hate moderators, and she can be a moderator and have mercy for abstainers.
Yeah.
And not feel like, she's like, I do not have to have the attitude, because like I think John Paul is an abstainer too. And so she's like, I have to be like, well, this is for me. And if my own husband has to be an abstainer in certain things, that I don't have to just like be pushing him to be like, if, one day you will change and an adult hard enough to be a moderator like me. She was like, I was a moderator from childhood. And really we've discovered about ourselves that honestly, we were an abstainer from childhood, but was always striving to be a moderator. But it's like, we aren't.
Yeah.
So I think that's really amazing to really give yourself the gift this holiday season of figuring out like, what are you? And then roll with what you are. Stop hating yourself for what you're not.
Yeah. We have one more. It is from Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
Debbie put this little meme up. I love this. It said, agreeing to things just to keep the peace is actually a trauma response.
Wow.
When you do this, you're disrespecting your boundaries. No more making yourself uncomfortable for others to feel comfortable. You have control now. You run your life. Take up space and use your voice.
Wow. Debbie, I love that so much. And here's the thing. That is so true. And the people who are in your life, whether they are at work, they're your friends, they're your family, you know what they want? Authenticity, honesty. How happy are you when you meet somebody that you've been talking to online, or a YouTuber or something like that, and you find out they're authentic, that they are as real in person as they are in the videos that you watch.
Dr. Barry.
Super authentic. That man, Nisha, is
I was
the same
terrified
way.
to meet him the first time I met him.
He is just as kind and sweet. And happy birthday, Dr. Barry. He just had a birthday this week. He is authentic. So here's the thing. You want to be genuine and authentic with the people in your life because they want to know that you are genuine and authentic. That is a gift to them. So when you try to like be something that you're not, and you try to like, be what you think they want you to be, it's not a gift to them. You're not helping the situation, and you're not helping you, because when you get home and you're alone with yourself, you have to unravel the truth,
Right.
and then you feel very guilty that you haven't been authentic. When I am, for instance, I am an extroverted introvert. That is who I am. So I'm the type of person that's like, I love people and I have a lot of energy in the presence of people, but at the end of the day, need to go to bed at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. and like re-energize. Now, when we would go to like conferences or things like that, like we would share a house with Chris and Miriam and like a bunch of people. And I wanted so much to be that person that like stayed up late, be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and continue.
Well, and they've learned from you. When we get back from the conference, Rachel's going to go into the room.
And so I thought, oh no, if I retreat into the bedroom because I need to recharge, they're going to be upset with me. So I need to just power through the fact that I need to recharge and just like don't go to bed and stay up. Well, guess what? The next day, if I did not allow myself to recharge, I was a hot mess.
Right.
I mean, I was not in good shape for the next day. So I'm able to have a conversation. They are my friends and say like, okay, guys, I'm going to go to bed. And they know that about me now, right? And they're not having to wake up the next day and be like, why is Rachel like seeming weird the next morning? Now they're like, okay, Rachel goes to bed at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Like, that's just who I am. Be you.
Well, that is going to be this week's Keto Beyond the Couch. And once again, next week we will be back live at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
That makes me sad.
Rachel's coming home tomorrow.
It means I have to go home.
That means you have to go home. We will also be back live this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, don't forget, make sure you enter into the giveaway by leaving a comment down below and a thumbs up button on this video. And please, again, support all of the sponsors, whether it be Keto Brick or Keto Chow, Redmond Real Salt, all of the companies that do support Two Crazy Ketos. We really do appreciate you guys for supporting them. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent videos I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we're together, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.